Berlyn Davis here with Walking Out to Holla Back Girl. Quite the flex as a walkout song.
Indeed.
I was jamming over here. Wow, another big guard pull here from Zelie Dolan. Seems we haven't seen too much wrestling other than that heavyweight match tonight. Big guard pull here from Zelie. Bit of an unorthodox position.
And I believe that Davis might be our youngest competitor on the card tonight. I believe she's only 16 years old.
Big front headlock here attempt by Dolin.
Oh.
Almost into an inside trip, but exposes her back during that inside trip.
Yeah, Davis just able to slip that headlock. And she's got her really compromised in between the back take and the mount position here. Ends up settling into a half guard. A buggy choke attempt off the bottom by Dolin.
That is a deep one, too. Look how high her leg is already, and even if she doesn't get to the buggy, it could help her come out the back and defend against that pass or that attack from Davis.
Well, yeah, and Davis actually got to be really careful not to complete the pass when the buggy's locked in that deeply.
Notice how Davis locks her legs around the bottom leg.
Yeah, she doesn't want to pass while that buggy choke thread is in.
Right. So by locking that leg there on top, she makes sure that Dolin can't bring that leg out in order to start completing the completing the buggy, excuse me.
Regrip, gets a little deeper on the grip from the bottom position, does Dolin. And it looks like she feels pretty good in this position, like she feels like she wants to stay with this attack. You can see her taking the left hand, reaching down, thinking about how can I unhook these legs and force her to commit to the pass. She could finish this by either getting back to the closed guard. I've definitely seen that happen before.
Yeah, she is committed on this, Dolin is, which means definitely likely that this is a favorite attack of hers, and she's going to be very, very dangerous. Not one of those Hail Marys you just throw up because you saw it on YouTube. This looks like something that she is very, very skilled in. She keeps trying to bring her left arm underneath the hip or on the side of the hip to create a better angle. But I think really smart by Davis there to lock the leg from the top position so that she prevents Dolin's leg from coming out and finishing that buggy choke.
And Davis just did fantastic work there, keeping that strong cross face, recognizing the threat of the buggy choke and understanding that if I complete this pass, even though I can, I'm going to run myself into some trouble, so I'm just going to stay here and make her life miserable until she decides to bail. And now Davis really in the driver's seat. Is Dolin trying to dig to the outside and maybe spin through?
Yeah, Davis had a lot of heavy pressure positions there. She actually went into a back step. She had a couple different positions that were almost complete passes, but Dolin has an excellent way of continuing to either bring in the half butterfly, the knee shield. She always has a little bit of space, so she's never in too much danger of the pass, even with such heavy upper body pressure.
And I've seen Davis compete a couple of times here recently in the adult divisions, even though, oh, look at that. Nice work, but she ends up on the bottom. Davis has been looking really good. I've seen her at these ADCC Opens a couple of times. I saw her in Costa Mesa. I believe she got second place in her bracket. She's a really, really strong practitioner. You can see her locking that body triangle together against the standing attempt from Dolin. Dolin does get to her feet, but it's not going to help her out much if she can't break that body triangle. And Davis uses it to pull her back down to the ground, thinking about trying to lock up a Kimura here on this other side. If she can get the grip she wants, we'll probably see her undo that body triangle, hit a big hip bump explosion, and try to expose some offense. And here it is. She may finish it right with the body triangle. You don't see it much.
Now the Kimura is going over the shoulder. It's going to help her come into the mount. Not quite a finish yet, but she takes mount position. She is still cranking that arm. Because she went over like that, we know that that is a lot of stretch on Dolin's arm, or she would have stayed on top. So we know that that is tight. It may have been enough to relieve the pressure just a bit, but there is still some heavy pressure there coming in from Davis on the Kimura grip.
And she is trying to keep her arm straight to stop this shoulder extension or stop this shoulder rotation. And she keeps on straightening that arm back out. Davis, oh my goodness, this is the kind of thing that creates a break on the humerus. When it's a Kimura attack, but the arm starts to straighten out. If the pressure gets too much, you could see a really nasty break right there.
We see Dolin trying to undo the body triangle so that she can start to get some space between their hips, but Davis' body triangle really keeping the flat back position, keeping Dolin pinned to the ground so she can stay going to work on that arm.
It's keeping Dolin pinned, but it's also keeping Berlyn from being able to move her hips and open up some more dynamic attacks, which to her credit, that may not even be in the cards right now, but she may, I was just going to say, she may have to think about letting go of that Kimura if she's not able to.
The legs threading through there from Dolin. This upside down recovery, trying to bring the legs in front. Now, if Davis is not careful, this can lead to really, really tight leg attacks.
Yeah, for sure. If that's going to happen, though, she's going to, it's still the body triangle locked on, just barely locked on, holding on to the toes. But if Dolin can slip her left knee to the inside, she could create the attack. Nothing going. Davis shakes that threat away and ends up with a very strong mount position with 30 seconds to go. Excellent showing by Berlyn Davis here. Quarter guard now. Will she be able to turn this into a chair set? All the way back into the half. Dolin surviving that onslaught of offense from Davis, and she wants one more shot at this buggy choke. Excellent reaction, bringing the forearm across to frame the face.
Beautiful recovery there from Dolin. Such resilience in this match, but does she have enough time to put something on the board in the judge's mind?
I don't think so. Great showing by Davis. She's an impressive young athlete. I think she's somebody you've got to watch out for, not just here with Subversiv, but just the scene all the way around the country. We're seeing her pop up at tournaments all over the place. It's an easy call for the judges. Berlyn Davis with the big win.